Right, you can't be seen. Hey everybody, how you going? Welcome back to Broken Systems. It's Helen. This morning, in series 2 of our homeless series that we're doing about sleeping rough, we're going to talk to somebody who is over 55, a woman who's over 55, and just get a bit of an insight of what it's like to be over 55 and homeless, worked all your life, maybe married, maybe single and worked all your life, and for some reason or another found themselves unable to keep their house or asked to leave, various reasons, but we're here to find out. So the lady that I have doesn't want to be put her face on camera, so that's fine. We'll just call her Jade, okay? So we'll call her Jade. Welcome, Jade.
Morning.
You've got to speak up.
Good morning.
That's it. Okay, so how long were you on the streets, and what happened?
When I came up from Victoria, I used to go between two daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Then one of them asked me to leave, so I started staying with my daughter in Bellbird Park. That got too crowded because it was her three daughters and her grandson.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually told me about this place.
Okay.
Yeah. So she said, go and see Helen.
How did it feel to have to be like that? How did it feel to sort of, I guess, in essence, have nothing?
Not good. Definitely not good.
Because you come up here with no belongings.
2 bags.
2 bags. No car.
No.
No car?
Sold car before I came up.
Yeah, and what happened in Victoria, was it? Adelaide?
Victoria, yeah.
Victoria. What?
I was staying with my disabled brother after my parents died, and my nephew decided to tell me that if I stayed there, my brother would lose all his NDIS services. I said to him, what am I supposed to do?
Well, that's not exactly true. NDIS would look at it on a case-by-case basis. So basically, pushed out.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's happening a lot. I mean, you know, we house quite a few women now, like yourself, and it's becoming more apparent of our generation. And I say our generation because I'm 63.
Mm.
You know, all I've got is my home.
Yeah.
Not a lot of family left. Probably not able to live with my children.
Mm.
And it doesn't take much, does it?
No. No. As I said, just the fact that my daughter's house was too crowded.
And even Housing Commission, I'm just not sure even Housing Commission today, I just think sometimes they've lost that priority. It's hard to prioritise in housing, I guess, from single people, young people, to young people with children, to couples with children, to older generation like us. I mean, there's a big thing that they have to do, but there has to be some prioritising, I think, because, I mean, we make up nearly 13% of women over 55 that are living on the streets. And, you know, we've paid everything. We've paid our dues.
Yep.
You know, we've done everything right. You know, most of us, you know, a lot of people that I've spoken to have never taken unemployment. They've never done anything like that, you know, and yet they walk into housing and other facilities to sort of be, oh yeah, well, you know what, you know, you're last in line. There's children there's mothers with children, and yes, they're just as important, but you know, there's got to be sort of like one from each category, doesn't there? You just can't be cast aside.
Exactly.
Now, how did you find it when you went to housing?
I got the application filled out and I was told you realise it's going to be 2 years or more before you get a place. I've now been on the list for about 2.5 years.
And we're talking about single bedroom, aren't we? One bedroom.
One bedroom.
One bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Being a single person, that's all I'm entitled to.
yeah, and it's just not good enough. And of course, there's this big thing on the television all the time about people in housing commissions earning $80,000 and $90,000 a year. I don't earn $80,000-$90,000 a year, and I pay my house off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think there's a lot to be done.
Oh, definitely.
To go through the system, because I'm sure there's a lot more houses out there that we can utilise for people that got the housing but have now got on their feet and now need to come out into the real world and make their way. And I think housing probably need to take that into account as well. That
was actually mentioned on the radio the other day.
Yeah, that it needs to be looked at. And I mean, like, to me, it would make sense that if you put somebody in housing, then every 6 months you would touch base with them or look at their tax returns. And I don't know the legalities of housing, whether you're allowed or not. I'm presuming they are. And yeah, use the houses for the people that are using as a stepping stone that do get jobs, and use it that way. But it's not. It's once you get in, everybody stays.
That's it.
You can't be in that way. Sooner or later, your kids have got to leave and everything like that. Like there's processes. So your whole life can't be around a housing commission house.
Exactly.
And my grandparents lived in housing commission for years and years. But I remember my nan saying that they were paying rent in the housing commission that others were paying. They weren't getting any deductions or anything like that. They come in from New Zealand, but and she didn't mind that. She didn't care. She didn't want to be in the system, and she needed it when they first come over.
Yeah.
But gradually as everybody went, she paid more and more. But I think they lacked that vision of checking on each person. 100 people in housing can't need a house in 2026 and stay in it until they die.
Exactly.
You can't. I don't think that's right. Because what happens to everybody else coming up the ranks? And I think that's one of the problems that we've got now.
That's why
there's so many homeless. That's why there's so many homeless. Exactly right. And moving other people in there, and yet you're asked to leave because of an NDIS issue. So yeah, I think the system needs to be looked at. Jay has been in the system. She's been through it. And I'm sorry, but women of over 55 should not be living in shared houses with other women in a room with nothing to their name. 63 years I've been on this earth and I've accumulated a lot. Jay is
70.
Jay is 70. She's accumulated a lot, and she is entitled to have a place where she can display everything of her life instead of being locked out and only live a life day by day. Have a look at the video, make some comments, let's have a chat about it. Thank you, Jay, for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Women over 55, maybe you can get on here and give your experiences, anybody that can give their experiences, but as far as I'm concerned, people forget that a lot of our most vulnerable are over 55, and they are women and they are men, and they are people that have got this country into where we are today, and they are deserving of a little bit more than living on the streets. So that's it for today. On Wednesday, we will be doing families living in cars, which is becoming a big thing now for people that need it. And we'll talk about families that live in a car. But for now, stay safe, and let's talk on Wednesday and try to sort out this broken system of our housing. See you later. Bye.